I'm Erica. Standing in the hearing room, I watched as the investigator, Carol Thompson, laid out the damning evidence against my brother, Ryan. The room was tense, filled with the weight of his actions. Ryan sat there, looking pale and desperate, his public defender whispering urgently in his ear. It all started on a Tuesday morning during a meeting in Geneva. I received a Zillow alert on my phone. A new listing matched my saved searches, 123 Elm Street, Seattle, Washington. It was my house, my investment property, listed for $1. $5 million. I stared at the screen in disbelief. The photos showed my living room, my updated kitchen, and my cozy bedroom. The listing agent was Lily Green from Premier Realty. And the seller? Ryan, my younger brother, claiming to be the authorized family representative. I excused myself from the meeting and called my property manager, Tom Miller. I had spent years building my career in pharmaceutical research, currently based in Switzerland. I bought the Seattle house 5 years ago as an investment, renting it out through Tom's company while I was overseas. Tom, my house is listed for sale. Did you authorize this? I asked, my voice shaking.
What?
Absolutely not. Let me check, he replied. After a short pause, he said, This is illegal, Erica. Your brother has no authority. I have the deed and management contract right here. He's claiming family representative status. That's fraud, real estate fraud. I'm calling the listing agent now. Then we're involving attorneys. I hung up and called Ryan. He answered cheerfully, Erica, I was going to call you. Great news. I'm handling the sale for you. You're overseas, you don't need the headache. And Seattle's market is hot. I've already got 4 offers over asking. Ryan, you have no authority to sell my house, I said firmly. Don't be dramatic. I'm doing you a favor. You've been in Europe for years. You're never coming back anyway. Just let me handle this. I'll split the commission with you after expenses. What expenses? I demanded. Marketing, staging, consultations, realtor meetings. It's a whole thing. Plus, I've been basically managing it for you, checking on it when your property manager can't. Tom manages it. You have no role. I retorted. Whatever. Look, it's listed. We've got serious buyers. Just sign the paperwork when I send it. Easy money. 30-day close. Take down the listing immediately, or I'm calling the police, I threatened. Ryan laughed. Erica, relax. This is family helping family. Mom and Dad agree it's the right move. You're being paranoid. I hung up and called my parents. Mom answered. Erica, honey, Ryan told us about the sale. Wonderful timing. You should liquidate that investment since you're settled in Switzerland. Mom, Ryan has no legal right to sell my property, I said, trying to keep my voice calm. He's your brother trying to help. You know, real estate. You have to move fast. He's being proactive. He's committing fraud, I said, my voice rising. Her voice cooled. That's harsh. He's family. Why are you always suspicious of people helping you? Ryan has really stepped up while you're off doing your research thing in Europe. My research thing is developing life, saving drugs, I said. Mom, yes, we're proud, but don't be difficult about a simple house sale. Ryan knows the market better. I ended the call furious. My family had always dismissed my career. Pharmaceutical research wasn't as flashy as Ryan's real estate job. They'd never visited me in Switzerland, never asked about my work, and never acknowledged my investment in the Seattle house. What they didn't know was that I was the lead researcher on a $500 million clinical trial, leading a team of 60 researchers across 4 continents. My annual salary was $350,000 plus equity. I'd bought the house cash and owned 2 other investment properties. I stopped sharing my achievements with them because they never seemed to care. Tom called back within an hour. I spoke with Lily Green at Premier Realty. She claims Ryan presented himself as your power of attorney. She verified his ID and family relationship, but didn't request actual POA documentation because he seemed credible. That's negligent. Agreed. I've sent cease and desist with proof of ownership in my management contract. He's panicking. This could cost her license. But there's more. Ryan already accepted an offer. $1. 6 million cash buyer, 30-day close. My blood went cold. The buyer wired $60,000 earnest money yesterday. It's in Premier's escrow account. Ryan told them you're out of the country and he's handling everything with your blessing. Tom, contact the Seattle Real Estate Agency. File a formal complaint. Then contact the buyer's agent. Inform them this is fraudulent. The seller has no authority. Already drafting complaints. But Erica, your brother will face serious consequences. This isn't family drama. This is felony fraud. I know. Do it anyway. I booked a flight to Seattle that evening. When I landed on Thursday morning, I went straight to Tom's office. He had everything organized: deed, management contracts, 5 years of rental history, and documentation proving I'd never granted Ryan authority. The buyer is threatening to sue, Tom said. Alex Johnson, a tech entrepreneur from California. His attorney is furious. They did due diligence on the property, but trusted the listing agent's seller verification. Not my problem. Ryan created this. The Seattle Real Estate Agency opened an investigation. Lily Green was cooperating, trying to save her license. She provided all communications with Ryan, including texts where he explicitly claimed to have my power of attorney. My phone kept buzzing. Ryan called multiple times. Mom left voicemails about overreacting and embarrassing the family. Dad texted, "This is getting out of hand. Just let him sell and move on." I ignored them all. On Friday morning, I met my attorney, Sarah Davis. She'd reviewed everything overnight. This is clear-cut fraud. Your brother falsely represented authority, accepted money under false pretenses, caused financial harm to multiple parties. Criminally, he's looking at theft by deception and fraud charges. Civilly, you can sue, though I don't recommend family litigation. I want the sale stopped. Money Ryan received recovered, and assurance this never happens again. The sale is stopped. The buyer's attorney withdrew this morning. Earnest money is frozen pending investigation. But there's more. Sarah pulled out bank records. Ryan received a $20,000 advance from Premier against anticipated commission. That money is spent. He bought a new sports car 2 days ago. I stared in disbelief. He spent commission on a sale that was never legal.
Correct.
He owes Premier that money back. Plus, the firm faces potential lawsuits from the buyer. Ryan's exposure is significant. The Seattle Real Estate Agency hearing was scheduled for Monday. Sarah filed additional complaints with the state attorney general for wire fraud. The buyer had wired $60,000 based on Ryan's false representations. Over the weekend, the family group chat exploded. Ryan insisted this was a misunderstanding. I was blowing it out of proportion. Mom claimed I was destroying the family over a technicality. Dad wrote about forgiveness and moving past mistakes. I responded once. Ryan committed real estate fraud. There will be legal consequences. This isn't negotiable. Ryan's final Sunday night message. You're really going to ruin my career over this. I was trying to help. You're so ungrateful. I didn't respond. Now, in the hearing room, Carol Thompson turned to Ryan. Mr. Smith, did you have power of attorney or legal authority to sell this property? Ryan shifted in his seat. I'm her brother. I was helping. She's overseas. I can't manage this. Yes or no? Did you have documented legal authority? No, but family helps family. You committed fraud, mister. You misrepresented authority, caused a transaction based on false pretenses, accepted money you weren't entitled to, and created significant liability. Carol pulled out more documentation. Mr. Smith, you received a $20,000 commission advance from Premier Realty on October 10th. What did you do with it? Ryan glanced at his attorney. I bought a car. I needed transportation to show the property. You bought a $20,000 vehicle the same day you received funds from a fraudulent transaction. That money must be returned immediately. I don't have it. It's a car now. That's your problem. Premier Realty is entitled to full reimbursement. Lily Green's attorney spoke. My client acted in good faith, but acknowledges she should have verified POA documentation. She's willing to cooperate fully and has refunded all fees. Carol nodded. Miss Green, your license is under review. You'll face suspension pending additional compliance training. This was negligent. She turned to Alex Johnson. Mr. Johnson, your earnest money will be returned in full with interest. You have grounds for civil suit against Mr. Ryan Smith for your costs and damages. Alex's attorney spoke. We're considering that my client incurred $15,000 in inspection costs, attorney fees, and lost opportunities based on this fraudulent listing. Carol looked at me. Dr. Erica Smith, as the actual property owner, what resolution do you seek? I stood up, pulling out documentation. Several things on record. First, this property was purchased by me in June 2018 for $800,000. Cash, no mortgage. I have the deed. Second, I've never granted my brother or any family member authority over this property. Third, I have a signed property management contract with Tom Miller dated July 2018, giving him exclusive management authority. I placed everything on the table. My brother didn't just commit fraud against me. He committed wire fraud against Mr. Johnson, breach of fiduciary duty, and theft by deception against Premier Realty. This isn't a family misunderstanding. This is criminal. Ryan spoke desperately. Erica, come on. I made a mistake. I thought you wouldn't mind. You're never even here. I'm never here because I live in Geneva, Switzerland, where I work as the lead researcher on a $500 million clinical trial developing cancer treatments. I lead 60 researchers across 4 continents. I make $350,000 annually, plus equity. I bought this house in cash as an investment. The room went silent. I own 3 properties total worth approximately $3 million combined. All purchased with earnings from work you've dismissed as playing with chemicals. You thought you could sell my house without permission because you've never respected what I do or who I am. Ryan's face went red. You never told us. I stopped telling you when you made clear you didn't care. But that doesn't give you the right to commit fraud. Carol looked at Ryan with disgust. Mr. Smith, I'm referring this to the district attorney for criminal prosecution. Wire fraud, real estate fraud, and theft charges are likely. You'll also face civil liability from both Premier Realty and Mr. Johnson. Ryan's defender whispered urgently. Ryan looked sick. Additionally, I'm recommending a restraining order preventing you from accessing, listing, or representing any property owned by Dr. Erica Smith. Violation will result in immediate arrest. She turned to Lily. Miss Green, your license is suspended 90 days effective immediately. You'll complete 20 hours of compliance training and face 2 years probation. Further violations mean permanent revocation. Lily nodded, tears forming. This hearing is concluded. Dr. Smith, you'll receive all documentation within 72 hours. Mr. Johnson, your earnest money will be released today. Mr. Ryan Smith, you have 10 days to reimburse Premier the $20,000 or face additional charges. In the hallway, Ryan tried once more. Erica, please. You're going to destroy my life. I'll lose everything. You destroyed your life when you committed fraud. Actions have consequences. I'm your sister. Sisters don't let their brothers steal and lie. Mom appeared, face blotchy. Erica, how can you do this to family? Ryan made a mistake. He made a choice. A criminal choice. You enabled it by telling me to just let him handle things. Dad joined them. This is too far. Can't we settle privately? No. Wire fraud is federal. The district attorney decides prosecution, not me. Sarah touched my arm. We should go. We left. Behind us, Ryan argued with his attorney about family betrayal. 2 weeks later, the DA filed charges. Wire fraud, real estate fraud, theft by deception. Ryan hired a real attorney who tried negotiating a plea, 20 months probation, $60,000 restitution, permanent prohibition from real estate transactions. Ryan refused, initially insisting on trial. His attorney withdrew after Ryan kept claiming, my sister won't actually testify. I Absolutely would. Alex Johnson filed a civil suit for $55,000 in damages. Premier sued for $20,000 plus legal fees. Ryan's new car was repossessed. My parents called weekly, begging me to drop the charges and show mercy. I reminded them I couldn't drop criminal charges. Only the DA could. Ryan finally took the plea in December. 20 months probation, $60,000 restitution, community service, permanent record. His firm fired him. His girlfriend left. He moved back with our parents. Mom's final voicemail: I hope you're happy. You destroyed your brother's life over a house. Some things are more important than money. I deleted it without responding. I flew back to Geneva in January. My Seattle house remained safely under Tom's management with great tenants. A young couple on a 5-year lease who loved the property. My team welcomed me back with updates on the clinical trial. Promising results. Lives being saved. Real work. Important work. Ryan texted from a new number. I'll never forgive you. I blocked it and returned to my research. The house remained mine. The fraud was prosecuted. The family that never valued me learned exactly what I was capable of protecting. Ryan thought he could sell my property because I was far away and forgettable. He learned distance doesn't equal absence, and quiet doesn't mean weak. My family spent years dismissing my accomplishments. The legal system spent 3 months proving them catastrophically wrong about who I was and what I'd built. Sometimes the best response to people who underestimate you isn't explanation, it's consequence. Ryan faced 20 months probation and a criminal record. Lily lost her license for 90 days. My parents lost the illusion that family loyalty meant accepting criminal behavior. And I kept my house, my career, and my dignity. Playing with chemicals taught me something valuable. Document everything, trust the process, and never let anyone convince you that protecting what's yours is wrong. The property at 123 Elm Street was never for sale. My brother learned that lesson the hard way.